I get a lot of questions about what this fingerboard video game that I'm always playing is. And believe it or not, it's SkaterXL. Even though on Steam they claim it's the ultimate skateboarding game, without mods it's kind of a floaty mess. I know there's a lot of debates out there on which skateboarding game is better. Tony Hawk, Session, True Skate, SkaterXL, Skate, or should I say Fortnite?
That look like the battle pass.
Bruh. But once you get mods installed on SkaterXL, it is by far the best skateboarding game. The problem is, although they have something in SkaterXL called the mod browser, these are all clothes and skate parks that the SkaterXL team have handpicked. If you want to get the real mods for clothes that you can't normally get in the game, special characters, and the ability to change the physics of the game so you don't ollie 5 feet in the air on flat, then you're gonna need a PC.
Just like, tone it down a little bit. Instead of having high pop be nipple height, make it like waistband height, you know?
I'm sorry to all the console players out there and those of you that play the vanilla version of SkaterXL on PC, but you can't get the hand character without these mods. But if you do have a PC and you want to learn how to play the best fingerboarding game and skateboarding game ever, then you've come to the right place. So today I'm going to explain how to get the Fingerboard mod, then I'm going to build the skate park for SkaterXL using some obstacles from my new sponsor BullGod, and finally we're going to get some clips at the Fingerboard park to test everything out. So first, let's start with the mods. Once you have SkaterXL installed on Steam, you're going to want to change the version of the game that you're on. While you can get mods for the latest version of the game, most mods don't work on the current version. What most people in the SkaterXL community use, including myself, is the alpha version. To change your game to the alpha version, you can click on the little gear icon in the top right corner and then click on properties. This is going to open up the properties window, and from there you want to select betas from the menu on the left hand side, and then under beta participation you want to select alpha from the drop down menu. Once you do this, your game will start updating and downloading the alpha version. After that's finished, in your games library on Steam, it will say alpha in square brackets next to SkaterXL, and if you start the game, on the first screen it will say version 1.2.2.8 in the bottom left corner. Now that we have the correct version of the game set up, we're going to need to download Unity Mod Manager, which will allow us to easily install mods into SkaterXL. I've put a link in the description where you can download Unity Mod Manager. Once you've downloaded that zip file, you want to right click on it and select Extract All. Now that we have everything extracted, you want to open up the Unity Mod Manager folder and then double click on the Unity Mod Manager application. You can figure out which file is the application by looking in the type column. Once Unity Mod Manager opens up, you'll see that there's 4 tabs at the top. Under the Install tab, we want to click on the game drop-down menu and then select the alpha version, which is SkaterXL version 1.2.2.8. Next, we need to tell Unity Mod Manager where SkaterXL is installed by clicking the button directly underneath the game drop-down menu. By default, your game will be installed on the C drive under Program Files x86, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, SkaterXL. If your game isn't installed there, you can go back to Steam and click the gear icon again under SkaterXL, but this time you want to select Manage and then Browse Local Files to see where the game is installed. The last thing we need to do is click the Install button at the top so that Unity Mod Manager can get installed into our game. Now we can actually start installing the mods we need, and to get the hand character, we only need 2 mods that are both from the same creator, Dog Vinci. We're going to need the XXL mod version 1.3.3 and Dog Vinci's Awesome mod version 0.5. I've left a link to download these mods in the description, as well as a link to Dog Vinci's Discord if you want to check out his other mods. Once we have those downloaded, all we need to do is click the Mods tab at the top of Unity Mod Manager, then drag the zip files for each mod into the box at the bottom that says Drop Zip Files Here. Usually when you drop in the zip file, it will automatically install the mod, and you can tell that the mod has been successfully installed if it says OK in the status column next to the mod. If for some reason it doesn't say OK, you can right click on the mod and then select Install to install it manually. And that's all there is to it. Now when we start SkaterXL, we'll see that Unity Mod Manager pops up showing us which mods we have installed. This comes up every time we start the game, so you can click the close button at the bottom of the menu to hide it. But if you ever need to bring it back up while you're playing, the keyboard shortcut is Ctrl F10. To play as the hand character, we need to open up Dog Vinci's Awesome mod by pressing F4. This will bring up a menu where you can select a bunch of different characters. The titles are all pretty self-explanatory except for the hand, which is called Test. And once you click on the Test option, you'll be able to play the whole game as the hand character. There is one problem though. If we go to the replay editor, you can see that our original character is inside the hand, which looks a little bit scary. but that's why we installed the XXL mod. While this mod is primarily for changing the gravity and the stats of your character, it also allows us to hide our original characters so that we can film with just the hand in our replay editor. To bring up the XXL mod, press F7 on your keyboard. The setting that we're looking for is Other in the left-hand sidebar, and then click on the Hide Skater button. Now you can play as the hand and film sick clips with him on any park in the game. There is one other problem with Dog Vinci's awesome mod that we can't fix with the XXL mod, but I'll show you an easy workaround for it. Whenever we enter the replay editor, a copy of our hand gets created at the exact same spot we were right before we entered the replay editor. This can be pretty annoying when you're trying to film something, but the nice thing is that every time we leave the replay editor and then open it back up again, it will replace the last copy of our character. So what I do is when I finally land a good trick that I want to film and I want to make sure that there's no copy of my character hanging around in the background, I press Y on my Xbox controller, or triangle if you're using a PlayStation controller, to open up the pin dropper tool, and then I place the character out of view from the camera. So for example, I know I'm going to be filming on this countertop, so I want to move my character onto the floor so I won't be able to see him anymore. Then when I enter the replay editor, the copy of my character is now created on the floor where I can't see him, and I can simply rewind the replay editor back to where I landed the trick, and then there won't be a character hanging around in the background anymore. Another thing that I should mention is that if you do have the walking mod installed, it won't work with the awesome mod characters and it can cause your game to freeze. So if you plan on using the awesome mod, hit Ctrl F10 and turn off the walking mod first. One of the big SkaterXL creators on YouTube, Milky, has made a really good website that goes over all of this, so if you get confused, you can rewatch this part of the video, or you can click the link in the description to check out Milky's guide. I'll also put a link in the description to Milky's video where he explains how to install other mods like custom maps and clothes. Now that we have the hand in our game, let's build a little fingerboard park for him to do some tricks on. So to start our park, I opened up Blender and made a simple room with 4 walls, a ceiling, and a floor, as well as a kitchen island and some hanging lights above the island. Then I thought it would be fun to recreate some of the amazing obstacles that my new sponsor BullGod recently sent me. I already made these quarter pipes for a previous video, but they were concrete, so I added some coping and added the BullGod logo. Next I started making this brick ledge by creating a simple rectangle for the base, then adding a smaller rectangle to represent the strip of bricks. Then once we get this park into Unity, we can start adding all of the custom materials like wood and bricks to make this ledge really come to life. And of course, we can't forget the BullGod logos. And last but certainly not least, we're going to build the BullGod round rail by starting with a long cylinder for the rail itself. Then we're going to make a smaller cylinder for the leg of the rail and mirror it so that we'll have 2 legs evenly spaced apart. Then we're going to add a rectangle for the foot of the rail, round out the edges a bit, and then mirror that as well so it's also evenly spaced. And last but not least, we'll add the BullGod logo to the feet of the rail. Now let's head over to Unity so we can add some materials and add our grind splines to make it so we can actually skate this park in the game. So first things first, let's add some materials to the quarter pipe, the ledge, and the rail. I made 3 materials for this project: a metal material for the rail and the coping on the quarter pipe, a wood material for the quarter pipe and the ledge, and a brick material for the ledge. Next we'll drag the wood material onto the quarter pipe and drag the metal material onto the coping. Then we'll drag the wood and brick materials onto the ledge and tweak the bricks a little bit to match the real life BullGod ledge. Then we're going to do the same thing for the rail, except this time everything is metal, so we're going to drag this metal material onto the rail, the legs, and the feet. And now all we need to do is add the grind splines, and luckily I have the SkaterXL development kit which can detect grinds on any obstacle, which saves me a ton of time. So once we do that on the quarter pipe, the rail, and the ledge, it's time to export our park and test it in SkaterXL. If you want to make your own parks in SkaterXL, I highly recommend checking out the channel Squeegee Dino Toy for the basics of how to build a park in Blender and importing it into Unity. And then check out Brooksy99's video on how to install the SkaterXL development kit into Unity and how to create grind splines so that you can actually grind on objects in SkaterXL. So without further ado, let's get some clips on our new virtual BullGod fingerboard park.
I'm making a change today. The liquor been taking the pain away. I heard you was giving your chain away. That's kinda like giving your fame away. What's wrong with you? I sit in a box where the owners do. A boss is a role that I've grown into. I love you to death, but I told you the truth. I can't just be with you and only you. Yeah, I got one Virgil, got one, and that is the only 2. Man, how many times have I shown and proved? Man, how many nights I've been woke, swerving the potholes, not trying to fuck up the wheels on the road. Okay, funny how life goes. He thought he was sick, now we wiping his nose. Okay, soon as you give him your soul, you blow up and they say you're selling your soul. Okay, they want my life exposed, they wanna know about the highs and lows. Well, summer all I did was rest, okay, and New Year's all I did was stretch, okay, and Valentine's Day I had sex, okay, we'll see what's about to happen next, okay.
To end off this video, I wanted to highlight some of the other fingerboarding videos that I've made in SkaterXL using some of the amazing maps that the modding community has put together.
Hand on the Bible, I better confess, I'm off the chain like my pops was in '76. Turned down straight dimes you would never reject. Cause I be that motherfucker, Oedipus Rex. Now come, buy a fight with a volcano. You new to this, you stupid bitch. I'm out Vesuvius, you better not move a lip. I'm super quick, so they think I'm here to race somebody. Nah, bitch, I'm here to raise somebody. Broke ass can't even afford to stay on tempo. Broke ass can't even afford to afford tempo. Broke ass can't even afford to stay focused. Your broke ass can't even afford to focus. I'm full emotion on these niggas in the back pedal. You ready to wipe your first dime? Shit, I had several. Niggas hating on their BBM. Would rather see themselves lose than to see me win.
Yeah. Hop in that coupe and I'm whipping it. Hundreds on hundreds, I'm spinning it. Breaking the bank like I'm bending it. I'm in the bank like I live in it. Trusting my body, I'm mixing it. Trusting my body, I'm feeling it. Yeah. I keep a stickers on me, I'ma stick with it. Shorty on my dick, she licking it. Can't see me, car got some tin in it. Working it out like a membership. Pull up, they like where the ceiling went. Dropping the cool like I rented it. Dirty my cup, I'm sipping it. That money be coming, I'm getting it. Yeah. Pushing that pat like a nigga was lifting it. I get a pat like a gymnast, I'm flipping it. I want a ride just so I can sit in it. Whatever I started, you know that I'm ending it. Smoking this gas, it's too loud, I ain't listening. Used to be broke, man, my pockets was limited. Two-door coupe, I told that bitch get in it. Hold on. Two-door coupe, barely can fit in it. Stay with a two like a nigga who fixing it. Used to do bullets, gon' fuck up his ligaments. Grip on the top of two hands when I'm gripping it. Be like water, might go take a dip in it. Once in the break, then the niggas start giggling. Feel like I'm Ice Cube, I'm all about Benjamins. In love with the money, this shit'll get intimate. If I'ma start it, then fuck it, I finish it.
She love when I fit and shopping on mall. Believe in her strength, I beat down her walls. She skied on her chick, she kissing my balls. She speedy in the bit, don't stop for the laws. VVs on my neck, I shine in the dark. It's easy to slip, don't want you to fall. Walk it with a drip and make it a ball. Drop shit up, I got accurate aim. Hooked up a few more, now I'm built like I came. That boy said my name, my wing got me some strain. You know I don't crash, I just stay in my lane. You don't compare because we not the same. Go on and no gimmick, ain't coming for fame. I trap for a living, it been had a name. Work hard for these cold cars and watches and chains. Oh, dang, bro, I got umbrellas, this whip for the rain. These fucked up, let me slip in the game. This bitch let me put that shit went to her brain. She know I'm a piece and ain't easy to tame. She squirting on my sheets while I beat out her frame. Don't stop her back up, she still saying my name. In love with my life and you wish we could trade. Send me a tip, don't answer her calls. She love when I piss and shopping on malls. Believe in her strength, I beat down her walls. She skied on her chick, she kissing my balls. She speedy in the bit, don't stop for the laws. VVs on my neck, I shine in the dark. It's easy to slip, don't want you to fall. Walk in with a drip, then make her a ball. Walk in with a drip, then make her a ball. Came in and she stripped, her panties and all. The boss on her lip, something like a hall. A boss in a pimp, I bought me a ship. I walk with a lip, nothing in my drawers. When she
Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more fingerboard content like this.